with Tracy in LA. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Dance Journey. Today we have...
Cam. Oh, sorry. Did you... you like looked at me like you wanted to...
No, I love it. Say it.
Kam.
Kam Feiz. Kam Feiz.
Yeah.
And I thought his last name was Feiz, but it's Feiz. And I'm so excited to have Cam on the podcast because I was trying to think of how I met Cam, but basically I just see him at class. I feel like everyone probably sees him at class just all the time, right? You're just always at class. You're always mostly at Millennium. I think I have a hair on me. One time I ran into you at Hama's. We were taking ballet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I don't know if I've run into you at any other studios.
I go to, like, T. Millie once
Okay.
if, like, one of my favorite teachers here, like, goes there.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay.
Mostly Millie.
Yeah, mostly I've seen you at Millennium. I've seen Cam around, like, so much, just dancing all the time. And, like, so I think one time, well, we introduced ourselves at one point, and then I think I wanted to follow you on Instagram because I was like, man, I want to see all the classes he's taking, and, like, and then we follow each other on Instagram, and then I'm like, this guy doesn't post anything. He doesn't post any dance stuff, even though he literally takes like 100,000 dance classes. We'll learn what the real number is, but he's always at dance, but then he never posts anything about it. So then I was like, I really wanted to have you on the podcast because I'm like, this guy is so mysterious. He takes all these dance classes, but he doesn't post anything about it, and I just like don't know what his story is. So I'm just excited to learn that. But first... yeah, do you have any other thoughts of us meeting each other? I think it was just through class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Class, yeah.
But we just took, Cam's going to help me say his name, Merrick, and how do we think his last name is pronounced?
I think it's Amir Khizi.
Okay, he just sounds good when he says it, so I'm letting him say it. But his name's Merrick, and he teaches, does he just mostly sub contemporary, or does he have a class?
No, I don't think, no, he doesn't have a slot.
Okay.
At least at Millennium, he doesn't. But he's amazing.
Yeah, so you've taken him like a few times before, or?
Yeah, a good amount. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was my first time taking him. So he was subbing for Hannah.
Hannah, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, how would you, before we took the class, Cam was like, oh yeah, he's really funny. And he was very funny.
Yeah.
He just kind of makes like funny comments throughout the class.
He does, yeah. It makes it very enjoyable. Like, eases the stress, too.
Yeah.
Of, like, learning, yeah.
Yeah. I felt like his choreography was really fun. It was definitely challenging. He had this move where you were, like, on the floor and you had to, like...
yeah.
I don't know. Almost everyone in the class had it, and I was like, I'm not going to break my back today.
I didn't have it. No, I was like... my low back was, like, hurting, and I was like, I'm not even going to attempt it. Because, like, I tried once, and, like, it just... I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, so...
I was like, I should probably try this on, like, a carpet or a mat first. But basically, like, yeah, it was kind of like one of those moves where you kind of, like, roll up and kind of get almost your whole body off the floor. Yeah. And then you, like, land back down. And, oh, my gosh, people looked really cool when they were doing it. And I was
they did.
Okay, I need to find, like, a YouTube tutorial or something. But I'm not going to get this today.
Yeah. For, like, a lot of, like, dance moves that, like, at one point, like, I don't get, I realized that they're just, like... yeah, like, practicing it, like, helps. It's also, like, the more class you take, just, like, I feel like the more aware you become of your body, and, like, the next time you encounter it, maybe you don't get it perfect or even well, but, like, you do it, like, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really true. I've been learning that, too, because I used to think I just have to work at these moves over and over, but actually just... I've been going to more types of contemporary classes lately, and I'm realizing, like, oh, this move was in my other contemporary class, and, like, now I'm doing it, like, a tiny bit better.
Yeah.
Just because you know it. You're like, okay, now I know the mechanics of it, and now maybe my body can start to do it. So, yeah, that's really true. So I thought it was really fun. Some of the timing I was having a hard time with.
Yeah.
It wasn't, like, all the moves were super hard. There was a few hard moves, and then it was just, like... the timing of it was challenging me, so I wasn't. And then lately it's been hard for me to remember, like, the sequence of choreography. Like, I'm like, oh shoot, wait, what comes after this?
Yeah.
But it was really fun, and I sort of glanced at the video. I mean, Cam never takes videos of himself, even though I asked if he wanted one.
Yeah.
Why don't you take videos of yourself?
I don't know. I feel like the times I've done it, like I'll get like in my head and like it messes me up, and then like that ruins like that part of the class for me if I do it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's also like this like part of me that's like striving for like perfection, and it's like a little self-conscious. It's like I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But I should, because I know that that's like a way to get better.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I mean, it's not about if you should or not. It's fine if you don't want to. I was just curious because you do take so many classes, and I was like, I wonder why he doesn't ever really take videos. But it's funny because I see you in videos. I see you in other people's videos.
Yeah, I'm always like in the back.
And I saw you in someone's video recently, and I was like, dang, Kam is getting good. Because not that you've always been good, but like, I'm on a very big growth journey with dance, and I'm trying to get better. And I just remember seeing you a while back when I was taking more classes at Millennium and seeing you in a lot of classes. And something that I noticed about you is you seem to have, you can tell me if this is true or not, but you seem to have like no fear. You're just like, you just throw yourself into classes and you just do your best and like, you just figure it out. Like, I don't know, I just see that about you. Like, you just have no fear and you just will try anything. But now I'm seeing you in the behind in other people's videos, and I'm like, Kam is like killing some of these really hard classes, and I don't know your whole story of like how long you've been dancing and stuff, so I can't wait to hear that. But like, I saw you like maybe it was a few years ago or something, or a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I saw you maybe taking new classes or classes you didn't take as much or something. And you're just going for it, but now I feel like, oh, no, you're really getting it and really killing it, which was really cool. So, but if you're not taking videos, we can't see it as much. But I'm still finding you.
That's true. I should like start like setting a goal for myself, like one video a week I post.
Yeah,
like yeah.
Because it's really cool. I think it's fun to see people grow and to see yourself. And like, I'm the same when I first started, because I didn't used to take videos in class. Like, it was like before the pandemic, we never took videos in class. At least in my classes, we like almost never took videos. But then after the pandemic, I felt like everybody was always taking videos, and I was like, I guess we take videos now.
Yeah.
And at first, when people would pull out the camera, I would like forget everything. It like really got me in my head, and I would get so nervous. But now I'm like so used to it. I have a little bit of that, but like it's not as strong, and I don't mess up as much just because, I mess up because I mess up, but I don't mess up just because there's a camera like as much as I used to. Because I used to like know the whole combo, and the camera would come out and I would just forget it, you know? And it does, I get what you're saying, like it does kind of mess up that part of the class for you. You're like, oh, well, that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
But the more that you do it, that stops happening.
Yeah,
you know?
that's so true.
And you're doing so good, and I just feel like you should have videos.
I know. Yeah.
But
I'm good. Yeah.
You're like, I will. It's okay. No pressure. Whatever you want. Keep it enjoyable for yourself. But yeah, so that was Merrick's class today. I would definitely recommend trying his class. Although the air was on like so high when we first got there.
Yeah.
I was freezing, and then like he was talking, and I had to ask Kam what he was saying because I could not hear him over the air conditioner.
Yeah.
So that was just the beginning. Of course, we like got warm pretty fast, but yeah, loved the class. It was a really good challenge. I'll probably post that video. I haven't like fully watched it yet, but okay. So Kam, tell us first, what does your dance life look like currently? Like, what's your week look like? Like, how much dance do you take? What do you do? Do you have another job? Like that type of thing.
Yeah, so like weekdays, I'm a teacher, and like I'm at my job till like from morning till like 2:30/3 usually, and then my first class usually starts at like 5:30 depending on the day, and like in that like time between 2:30 to 5:30 I usually just like go to like Starbucks and like do work there, and then I go, and then most days I take 3 classes, and then yeah, that's like my day.
On weekdays, you take 3 classes too?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I thought it was, okay, Kam, how many classes do you take a week?
It's like, some weeks I'll take like a class less, but like, it's like usually like 19.
Whoa! Okay. I used to think I took a lot of class when I took like 10 classes a week.
That's still a lot.
Which I know, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
But 19, that's so funny. That was when I very first kind of started getting committed to dance. I pretty quickly started to take like about 6 classes a week, and I remember thinking like, I just really wanted to grow. I really wanted to get better. And I remember these people that were like, you know, trying to be professional dancers. And I was a guy was in my class, and I was asking him how many classes he took a week. And he told me 18. I remember he said that, and I was like, I need to start taking more classes. Like, I'm not taking enough classes when he told me that. So I started getting higher and higher, and I was taking like about 10. But that was kind of all I felt like I could do, like, around my job and everything. But 19, dang, I didn't realize you were taking like 2 to 3 classes a day. Do you have a day off from dance or no?
No, like once every few weeks, like I'll take a day because I want to go like to Orange County to see my family.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the main styles you do?
I take contemporary, jazz, hip hop, jazz funk, but recently I've been moving very much away from jazz funk.
Okay.
Because it's not really like, I don't enjoy it as much, I've realized, because I don't like dancing feminine.
Oh, okay.
And like those, like the sensual styles, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really my vibe.
Okay.
So, yeah. So sticking to the other 3 mostly.
So mostly contemporary, jazz, and hip hop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have a favorite of those 3, or are you just like all of them the same?
Contemporary for sure.
Okay. I feel like you've mostly been taking contemporary. Well, I haven't seen much online. Well, I see you in contemporary videos and other people's, and I see you at contemporary. I think it's probably just because I've been taking more contemporary, so I've been noticing that. But I'm kind of same, like, I've been going away from jazz funk a little bit more lately. I used to take that a lot more.
Yeah.
And then, to be honest, I'm the same. I don't like the sensual dancing as much either.
Yeah.
That's not why I don't. Not all jazz funk is like that anyways. It's just, I think it's not that I don't like jazz funk. I think I just started liking contemporary a lot. And so that's been kind of taking the place.
Yeah.
And I've just been wanting to really grow at that. And also, like, all those crazy floor type of moves, even though they're like intimidating and I can't do a lot of them, I really want to grow and like get better at them. So
Yeah.
I just like want to take more and more class. Okay, but you're a teacher. What grade do you teach?
4th grade.
Oh, yeah. I think I asked you that a long time ago. 4th grade was my favorite year of school.
Really?
I loved 4th grade.
Why was it?
Because I loved my teacher. Well, she would give us 2-hour-long recesses.
What?
I don't know that she was allowed to do that, but she would do that.
Whoa.
And there was something else about her that I really liked. I definitely liked that. She was just really nice. She liked me a lot. She was really fun and nice, and she gave us really long recesses, and it was just a really fun year. And, like, I don't know, I just remember me and my friends laughing a lot that year. Like, I think I also got in trouble. She liked me, but I think I also got in trouble for laughing a lot because we were always joking around in that class.
Yeah.
And one time, I'm pretty sure she told me and my friends, if you guys want to laugh, you can laugh in the hallway. And we literally went in the hallway and kept laughing because we could not stop. You would think that would just like shut us up because we were like scared. But we were actually, we could literally not stop laughing.
Yeah.
We were not trying to be disrespectful, but we just couldn't stop. And so we went in the hall and just laughed so long, and then we finally came back in.
Oh, that's great she did that. Like, honest. Dude, at that age, like, everything is so funny. Like, it's like...
Maybe, is that what it is? I'm like, I don't know why it was like that.
It is like...
Because she used to read, like, I think it was after lunch, she used to, like, read a book to us.
Yeah.
I don't, do you do something like that?
Not too much, no.
Okay, and, like, something, and then we had, the way I don't know if teachers do this anymore, but the way our desks were set up were, like, it was 4 desks facing each other. Like, a bunch of sets of 4.
Yeah.
And so we're literally facing our friends while she's reading this book, and she said something funny in the book, and we just lost it. And I think we would also, like, act things out, like, because she's, like, looking at the book. So we're, like, making faces at each other and stuff like that.
Okay.
Probably not the best idea of, like, a seating arrangement for kids, but they're, like, not facing the front, but...
Well, actually, right now, they, like... when I very first started, like, it was like that. It was, like, rows, like, seated. Like, they weren't facing each other. But now, like, something they're trying to do is, like, get a lot of discussion with kids about, like, topics. So it's, like, it's very beneficial to have them, like, sitting... Because I have that, too, like, sitting across from each other.
Oh, so they are sitting like that in your class?
Yeah. It's like, in 6s. It's, like, 2...
6s, okay.
And then 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense if they're, like, doing discussions and stuff. I guess that would be the reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked sitting like that. I was just like, I don't know if this is helpful for the teacher. How long have you been teaching 4th grade?
This is my 3rd year.
Oh, okay. Did you teach before that?
No,
Okay,
it's my 3rd
so
year.
you're... Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And do your kids know about how you dance all the time?
No, sometimes like if they ask me like, oh, what are you doing after school? I'll be like, I'm going to dance class. And they're
Do they
like,
think
what?
that's funny? Do any of them follow you on Instagram?
No, that's like very.
I was thinking
I'm
like
not allowed.
you're not. Yeah, I was thinking probably you
Yeah.
can't, but I don't know. I've never been like a teacher, but I was a substitute teacher a long time
Oh, no
ago for
way.
like a year. Yeah,
Whoa.
it was interesting. But
what grade?
well, I mean, it was K through 12, but
Okay, sorry.
I did it for a year. After doing it for a few months, I would not do elementary anymore. I was like, I will do middle school, junior high, or high school because I think as a sub, it was really hard to do grade school. I could see liking it as like the teacher, but like you have the kids all day and you have to do all the subjects and maybe even supervise like a recess or something. So you don't have a lot of time to figure things out. You're just like, you just get there and then you have to figure out the plans for the whole day. Yeah. And with younger kids, especially the little kids, like first, second, third grade, like they really like when things are done the way that their regular teacher does it. And so they're all like talking out like, that's not how Miss Olsen does it. She does it like this. Like, and then they all just start talking, and the little ones, they all start walking up to you, and you're like, it was stressful for me with all the little kids. Like the older kids, they just are on their phone or fall asleep or have an attitude. I can deal with that more than I can deal with like
the talking,
the talking and just like everything at once. And like with the older kids, I could just learn a subject and like teach it a bunch of times or do the plan like a bunch of times. So I just liked that better. But
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, with younger kids, like you have to have like a routine. Yeah. And they're like set on it, and it's hard to do that in one day. Like, you can't do it in one day.
Like, you can't like. You don't know the other teacher's exact routine, and like you can ask them, but it's just like it's a weird way to like. It's hard, I think, as a sub. But I could see liking it as the actual teacher when you know them and everything. But that's so cool. So third year teaching, do you feel, I know we're going to talk about dance again, but like, do you feel like, they always say like first year teaching is the hardest. And like, do you feel like in your third year, you're like, I know what I'm doing. It's fun. Like, do you like it?
Yes, I like it. And like, I actually like very recently, like, I feel like I've been more and more settling into it. Like it's becoming more like, okay, like I know what to do, versus like the last like 2.5 years have been like, very like scrambling, like I don't know what's going on.
I'm sure.
Like just trying to figure it out. I'm still like scrambling, but like I feel like I'm just scrambling a little less now, and like it's feeling better. Yeah.
That's good. And then I imagine like you have that little bit of time after school before dance. Is that when you're like grading papers or planning lessons? Because don't you have to do that kind of thing outside of class, or do you find time in school to do that?
No, I just wake up early.
Oh, okay.
And I do it.
Okay.
Because I'm like after 2:30, like I like to shut that off.
Okay.
You know, and I want to do my own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing that you can do that and that you're doing all the dance. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just like, I'm inspired.
Oh, no.
How many hours of sleep do you get?
Monday through Thursday, it's like five and a half.
Okay.
But then I try to catch up Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you, Saturdays and Sundays, do you wake up early for dance?
No, not like on Saturday. Like today, I woke up at 8:30 for Kayla's class. So if like I feel good, and then like Sunday is like my really catching up, and I wake up at 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do classes on Sunday too.
Yeah.
Which classes do you usually take on Sunday?
I take jazz, contemporary, and then after that is reggaeton.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. I was like, before I was like doing either like reggaeton or jazz funk, but like now like I'm moving to reggaeton because Tavo is back.
Okay.
And he's like so cool. He's
nice.
So fun, yeah.
I've never taken him. That sounds fun though.
He's amazing. You should.
How would you describe reggaeton?
I mean it's Spanish music, obviously.
Is it a lot of like footwork?
Yeah, it is footwork a lot.
I'm trying to picture it. I know I've seen it, but I can't picture it right this second.
Like, I don't know. It's just like you just gotta go. It's fun. Like, I don't know how to describe it.
Just gotta go. Wow. And then it was funny because I was asking Cam like, oh, what class do you want to take for the podcast? And he told me like Merrick's or like the 12:30 time slot for Saturday. And then I get here and he's already in Shelby's class. Like, I'm seeing him finish up Shelby's class, and I'm all, you didn't tell me you were taking 2 classes. I could have taken 2 classes. And then I find out later, like, oh, he also took Kayla's, like, hip-hop class. I'm like, oh, this is your 3rd class. Then I thought, oh, wow, crazy, you take 3 classes on Saturday. Then I found out right now that he takes 3 classes, like, every day. So go ahead.
Oh, not every day, but.
Not every day. Yeah. Almost.
Yeah.
2 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2, yeah.
Okay. And you never get tired of it for the most part, except for that one day you take off every once in a while.
No. Sometimes I'm like going, I'm like, do I really want to go? But I'm like, dude, you gotta go. Like, you know? And then like once I'm there, like I'm so amped up. Like it's so fun.
I mean, that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
But okay, so I want to go into like definitely how, because this is so exciting to hear about all this that you do, and like I can see how you are doing like so good because you take so much class and everything. But like what I wanted to learn, like what motivates you to do this. So tell me, like, when did you first get started in dance? Were you young or was it older?
Older. I was like 20.
Okay.
And I'm almost 28.
Okay.
I was at community college, and one of my best friends, Erica, was taking a Latin dance class, and I don't remember how, but like I took it with her, and like I was like, whatever, like this is like something to do for fun, and then like the first day, the teacher told us about these auditions for like the fall show, and I was like, I don't know, I didn't really think much about it, but like I feel like my whole life I've been wanting to like tap into like that area, like the art area.
Okay.
But like I just never did. Like I think probably because I was like maybe like a little scared, or like I didn't want to like move away from like what I'm doing, or like none of my close friends are like really into art.
Okay.
But like for some reason like that thought like lingered in my head, like maybe you should go.
Wow.
And like it's like Friday night, and like I just like went. I was like, why not? And
to the audition?
To the audition.
Nice.
And
how many
like,
times have you taken the class? Just like once?
The Latin, it was one time I took it. And I'd taken a hip hop
Wow.
class before that, and like I did so bad because like I couldn't memorize any choreography.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like
you're not
nothing.
used to it.
And like I show up, and it's like one of the most intimidating things ever. There's like 50 girls, and they're all like amazing, and there's like 2 other guys, and there's like a row of like dance teachers at the front, and they each of them get up, and they show us like a few 8 counts, and like it all goes over my head. But like I'm just like looking at the people in front of me, like my life depends on it, and I'm just like doing it, and it's so bad. And there's like so many moments where I just want to like you should just leave, but I just stayed for like the full hour, and I left, and I was like, you tried it, and I was like, done. But then like they put me in one of the pieces, I think, because
I love it.
Because I think it was one of those things where it's like, if you showed up, like they'll just put you somewhere.
Okay.
So I got
Maybe they needed guys too, if there weren't as many.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just
'cause
saw a lot of potential. They're like,
Oh.
he can learn it once we go over it more.
Whatever it was, I'm very thankful they did. I actually got put into with that same Latin dance teacher in her piece.
Oh, cool.
And it was so fun, like learning it, and just like that process of like taking something that's so foreign to me and just like really breaking it down, putting in those hours, and then like that I loved. But then like we started like going on stage and actually doing it, like the dress rehearsal and stuff, and like that like blew me away. Like I have like these like images in my head still, like this was so long ago, and just like of the things in front of me while I was on that stage, and it just like it so inspired me, and like that feeling I got when I was like performing in front of people was like so like incredible, and I was like I have to feel this again, like I have to keep doing it. And so like ever since then I'm like chasing it, you know, and like that's why like I'm still taking classes. Like I really want to like be able to do that again. Just like dancing, yes, like that I love. Also performing, like they're both just like, yeah.
Wow, it's so interesting that you don't like take videos a lot, but then you're like, put me on a stage and I love it. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel nervous when you get on a stage?
It's been so long since
Like, do you remember feeling nervous when you first were?
that. I probably was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like earlier you called me. You said like I'm fearless. I don't think I'm fearless. I think I feel the fear. I feel nervous, but like I still push myself to do it
Yeah,
because like
yeah.
it's like you want that thing. Like,
Well,
you
I
know?
think that's
Yeah.
like what courage is. It doesn't mean like you don't have fear. So like saying you don't have fear, that's like, yeah, incorrect. But like the fact that you'll just do it anyways. You're
Yeah.
like, no, because you love it.
Yeah.
You're not just like courageous for no reason. You're just like, I really want to get better, so I'm going to show up. I'm going to try these things. I'm going to go on stage. I'm going to take these classes.
Yeah.
So right after that show, did you just and did you grow up? Were you in California?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you grow up in California?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Orange
Orange
County.
County. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So right after that show, did you know about the different dance studios, or like how did you start taking more classes?
Well, I had one more semester at that community college, and I did the show again in the spring.
Okay.
And then I transferred to UCLA, and I took classes at their rec center.
Okay.
And I finally, after like months there, like worked up the courage to come here
Okay.
to Millennium, and I did that for a bit, and then COVID hit,
Okay.
and like I was at home, and I would do during COVID. I took like there was this lady, Tyler Peck.
Oh yeah.
You know Tyler
Yeah.
Peck? Yeah. She did
Ballet.
she did the ballet classes like every day.
Oh, I didn't know she did them.
Yeah, and they were like
That's so
free,
cool.
and I would just take like her classes every day, and that's what I did during COVID.
That's so cool. So virtually.
Yeah, virtually.
Yeah. I mean, so did you just do ballet during COVID?
Yeah, sometimes like there would be other teachers like Galen Hooks. They would do like intensives and
Yeah.
stuff, and I would take that.
Yeah.
But mostly it was Tyler Peck. Yeah.
And was she doing it through a studio or?
No, she was doing it in her parents' house at
Oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did almost all my virtual classes through Broadway Dance Center in New York during the pandemic. That was when I first tried
styles.
contemporary, actually.
Really?
When did
Okay.
you first? Because was contemporary? Did you try that right away, or was that something you tried later?
One of the pieces I was in for the spring show at my community college was contemporary.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I was like, this is the one.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
So you knew you liked that like right away.
Yeah.
It took me a while to try contemporary because I took class at. Did you take class at Edge ever? Probably not, because you were still taking class at your
Yeah.
college and everything. But yeah, I used to love Edge, and I took a lot of beginner classes there when I first started, and then I would see the contemporary classes through the windows and be like, oh, maybe one day I could try. But I just thought it looked so advanced, and I didn't have a lot of ballet experience because like I started as an adult as well with dance, and I just thought it would take me like 5 more years to get into a contemporary class, like to feel good about it.
Yeah.
But then in the pandemic, New York had beginner contemporary classes, and we didn't have that out here.
yeah.
And for some reason, that gave me the courage, like, oh, it's a beginner contemporary. That's
Yeah.
for me. And so, and because it was virtual, I felt like, oh, it doesn't matter if I mess up. It's like a little Zoom screen, and like, who cares? So I started taking it and getting really into it back then. And then when we went back in person, I started pushing myself to start. At Millennium, I started with all the beginner classes. It took me a while to go to a class that didn't have the word beginner in the name. I'm like, no, I
It's
can't.
hard.
It's too much.
Yeah.
But now I'm pretty like, I still get nervous about like harder classes, but I'm pretty like open. Like, it's fine. I don't have to be perfect. And now I even take videos even when I don't have it, because I just think it's like interesting to see
Yeah.
like where you thought you weren't getting it, but you actually kind of are, or where you think you are getting it, but you actually aren't. You're like,
Yeah,
actually, I
yeah.
don't look like I thought I looked in that.
I've
you know?
had that. Yeah.
So I think the videos are really helpful, and I just think it's kind of fun to watch the growth. Or sometimes I'll post a video and I'll be like, I can't believe I'm even posting this. It's so bad. But then like months later, I'll look back at it and be like, it's not really that bad. It's
Yeah.
fine, you know?
Yeah.
But we're so hard on ourselves sometimes, and
are.
like the perfectionism, like you were mentioning, like I have that as well. But actually, I think dance has helped me get out of perfectionism, because you know, you could be like riding high one day at a class feeling like so good, like you're doing so good. And then you could take a class the next day and be like, oh, wow, I'm the worst one here.
Yeah.
And like it really humbles you.
Yeah.
You will not have a big head for very long in dance.
No,
I feel like if you have a good class, it's like pretty quickly you're going to have a class where you're not the best, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's even true for even like professional dancers or people that are like, have done it their whole entire life. Like, I'm sure they also have classes or experiences where they're like the best and other experiences where they're like, whoa, okay, I have room to grow in these things. But that's what I like about dance, because it like keeps you like medium.
Yeah, and the ladder never ends. Like,
Yeah.
You know, it's like you keep going.
Yeah. I know. It's like, are you going to just take 19 classes for the rest of your life? Do you have, like, obviously you want to get better at dance, but do you have like a specific, have you gone on any auditions? Do you want to perform like for money? Do you have like a goal with all of this, or is it just like you just love it and you just want to keep taking it? Like, what's kind of your thing?
I do definitely want to make it into a career.
Okay.
Of some sort. I have like ideas, like they flood around my head. Like I'm like, it'd be cool to go on tour. Like it'd be cool to have my own dance class, stuff like that. But like I don't think about that. Cause like I'm just like chasing becoming better.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I keep chasing that, like all the other things are just gonna flow in.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like, cause it's like, okay, like what if the day comes when like I do like go on tour, and then it's like, okay, I've been chasing this like for a long time, like what's next? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
like, but if I feel like if you keep chasing like, okay, I want to get better, and learn to like have joy with that, I feel like you're just like on this journey forever, and it's like this very fun journey, and like all these other things, like they're like sprinkles
Yeah.
on the what's it called,
The cake.
cupcake, yeah,
Icing the cake.
yeah, and it's just like yeah.
Yeah, because if you already like it so much and you're loving the journey and you're loving growing and you're loving class, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, you currently get your money from somewhere else, so it's not like you're dependent on dance making money right
Yeah.
now. So you're just like enjoying it, and you're like, yeah, if opportunity comes your way. Has any opportunities come, as far as like, not even like just paid opportunities, but like, has anyone ever like reached out or been like, oh, do you want to be in this like video I'm shooting or something like that? Has that happened at all?
One time, Cher Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah. She put me into this one thing she did. It was like,
cool.
It was like a 2-day thing.
Yeah. I love her.
yeah, she's
I didn't know you
amazing.
took her.
Oh yeah, I love Cher.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
She actually like she pushed me out of my shell, cause like I was in this like boat where I was just taking like contemporary and jazz classes.
Okay.
And like she was like, you need to come take this hip hop class that's going on right now, and I was like nervous, but I was like whatever. I was like okay, I did it, and yeah, just like oh, like I should start taking more hip hop, and like now I just like whatever class, like I'm down to take,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
She's such a good teacher. I've grown like, I was taking her a lot more consistently for a while, and then it didn't work in my schedule as much. And, you know, she a lot of times like subs around. She was doing a consistent ballet, like a contemporary ballet class for a while that I really liked. I don't know why I never saw you at any of her, or maybe I did, and I can't remember. But
yeah.
I
We
was-
probably just missed each other.
yeah, I was taking her for a while. She's really great. Like, I just love her teaching style, and I just grew
Yeah.
like a lot with her. But now every time she subs, I usually can't make it. I'm like, dang it, can't make it.
Oh.
But no, she's awesome. So that's really cool. I love that. But when you were young, what did you do? Did you do like a sport or something, or what did you do for extracurricular before you found dance?
When I was like really young, I did soccer.
Okay.
In high school, I did wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever miss those kind of sports?
I miss like the competition of wrestling. Like
That's what I was gonna say, because like,
like-
dance. Well, at least the type of dance you're doing right now, you're not competing at all.
Yeah. That's the one thing I wish like there was, cause I don't know. I just like the competition aspect. you
Yeah.
know? But it's whatever. Yeah.
Do you know that apparently I learned this through interviewing someone, that adults, you know how they have dance competitions for kids?
Uh-huh.
A lot of times at these dance competition places, there's like an 18 and over category. Adults could
really?
actually compete.
Oh, really?
So if you ever want to start a dance team to compete at a dance competition, I'm so down.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because
Yeah.
I think that sounds really fun, because I
Yeah.
sort of like competition too. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like glad there's no I mean, I know there can be a subtle competition, but sometimes I'm glad there's no like official competition with it. But then sometimes I just think competition is kind of fun.
It is.
And it pushes you. And you also, a lot of the people I interviewed that used to do dance competitions as a kid, a lot of them love them just because they were like, it just gave me more chances to perform. So I just got to perform all the time, and it was really fun. And it made me think like that. Why aren't we? Because people were telling me like, the adult category doesn't always have anybody. Like, doesn't always have people, because people don't always do it. And I was like, why aren't we taking advantage of this? We should be competing.
I'd be so down.
So if I learn more about it,
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Dance
But
team. Let's go. Let's go.
yeah, but totally, I'm kind of well, I'm not trying to like go on tour necessarily, but I've done my own class like a few times just to kind of try it out, and like I love
Really?
teaching. I want to grow more as a dancer, but I absolutely love teaching. I love teaching dance.
Dude, next time you teach, you gotta like let me know.
I'll let you know.
Dude, I'm so down.
I mostly have just done like beginner jazz classes, because jazz is kind of my main thing that I have. I mean, I still have so much to grow even in jazz, but jazz is kind of the thing I have the most experience with, although now I'm just like focusing more on contemporary, but I do love jazz. And it's been a challenge for me to come up with choreography for like a class. Like, it takes me a while. I like it, but it's like new for me. So I don't know. Some of these teachers are just like, yeah, I just came up with this in my car. I'm like, dang. I'm like, you just saw it in your head. A lot of my teachers will be like, I haven't actually done this yet. I've only done it in my head. I'm like,
Yeah. Dude,
and it's still like an amazing class, and it's like amazing choreography. And I'm like, how are you doing this?
so
Have
much.
you made up choreography before?
Over COVID, there was that same college, Saddleback, they did like virtual.
Okay.
And they did like a virtual dance show, and I was like, and I took the choreography class, and I did a piece.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was like about the environment, and
Okay.
yeah, it was.
What was the style? Was it contemporary?
I think I just
You're
like,
like, I
I
don't
just
know.
like gave him stuff to do.
You're like, I just made up moves. I don't know what it
I just made
was.
it up. I don't even know. Like,
Well, because I was at the beginning for you too.
yeah.
So I know that. Actually, I did take this dance. So my high school didn't really have like dance that you could just take all year, but we had this thing called Winterum, and it was this like 3 weeks in between semesters that you could take these like special interest classes.
Yeah.
And there was a ton to choose from, and one of them was called choreography.
Ooh.
And I didn't have much dance experience, but that sounded really fun to me, so I just signed up for it. And
Yeah.
our teacher did have experience as a choreographer. I mean, she was a teacher, but she also had done choreography for shows and stuff. So it was a really good class, and we each had to make up a piece like by the end of it. And it was
let's
kind of
go.
similar for me, where I don't know what style it was. We had to watch different musicals and things and just kind of get ideas and like then come up with our own moves. And I had floor work. But I don't even know where I came up with these moves. I think I just
Yeah.
like was inspired by different things I saw, and just like, yeah, same as what you were saying. I'm like, I just made it up. I don't know what
Yeah.
style it
It
was.
just
I just
came
made
out
up.
of you.
But I really liked it, and I felt like they liked it. It was
Yeah.
really fun.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so you did that, but you haven't choreographed since then.
No.
Do you ever like, because you take dance so much, like, well, maybe you don't even have time to think about it because you're always at class, but do you ever just like hear a song and you're like, oh, I feel like I could choreograph to this, or I think I would want to, or does that never happen for you?
No, that does.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'll hear a song. I'm like, if I ever teach a class, like
It's this.
This will be one.
But probably like 5 months later, you're gonna be like, now it's this one.
Yeah, like
But
I'll
that's
just
for me
freak out.
anyways.
Like,
I'll be like, I have to choreograph to this, and then I won't have an opportunity anytime soon, and then like a couple months goes by, and now I'm like, no, this is
Yeah.
what I have to choreograph to.
Wait, you said you started dancing when you were an adult too, right?
Like, as far as actually committing to class every week, when I was young, it was like, oh, I took this 1 week jazz class in the summer one year
yeah.
at the like community center. Like I didn't have any regular dance, but I took it like here and there, or like I was more into acting. So in high school I did musical theater.
Really?
And I would learn dances for that. But I wasn't like going to dance studios or like dance classes until I was older.
Okay.
And I kind of discovered it.
What made you like discover it?
I used to have like a whole story, and now I've like forgotten it. No, I mean, I think when I'm from the Chicago area, and I moved to LA. I moved to San Jose, California, and then I moved to LA. And I think I've had a lot of different roommates in LA, and so many of them have been dancers. And one of my first roommates, she was like a tap dancer, and she taught tap, and she took tap at Edge, I think. And I just happened to like, oh, I know what it was. Hi, everyone. So I wanted to tell you about my new book, The Tracy in LA Newsletters 2010. This is my very first memoir. There will be more. It's not like a normal memoir where you're looking back on your life and reflecting on it and writing a book about it. It's more like a memoir in real time. So basically, when I very first moved to LA to pursue acting, which was in 2009, I decided I was going to write these like monthly newsletters where I sent out actual letters in the actual mail to a bunch of my friends every month to give them updates on what I was doing with acting and jobs and friendships and all kinds of things that I was going through my very first time ever living in LA. It ended up being pretty humorous, and so I've basically gone back and edited them so that I could publish them as a book. So that's what this is, and if you want to be entertained and have a good laugh, buy my book, or if you just want to help me pay my rent next month. Oh, and you can get it on Amazon. The Tracy in LA Newsletters 2010 by Tracy Nicole. Nicole is my middle name. Also, there's a link in my Instagram bio. You can get it paperback or on Kindle. Actually, if you listen to the first season of this podcast, I talk about this specifically because it's all about my life. It's 6 episodes of my own life.
Oh, let's go.
If you want to go back and check it out. But basically, this is what happened. Now I'm remembering. I went to a musical theater audition here because I was pursuing acting back then. And they were like, there's a movement portion. And so I thought, oh, movement. I've taken dance, and it's just movement. It's not even like a real dance audition, you know?
Yeah.
So I went. This was for like a union show. Like I wasn't union, but you could still go. And oh my gosh, everybody starts taking out their bags with like 8 different kinds of shoes. And I was like, what is happening? Like me and this one other girl both were like, what is happening? But everybody else was like super experienced and professional and like total like dancers. And so it was kind of similar as like the audition that you're explaining to me. Like we're at the audition and everyone has numbers and it's a super crowded room and I can't really see very well. And the teacher's like, so it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. And then she starts like saying all these terms I've never heard of and everyone starts doing it and I can't even really see her and I don't know what these terms mean. And I am like flipping out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should not be here. And so I did not even want to be there. So somehow I like snuck out and I just left, but it didn't like get me down. It was just like, okay, I know that this isn't for me. Like I'm not there yet, but it made me want to but I was like, this is crazy. I can dance.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't dance in that audition, but I know I can dance. I love dancing. Like all of a sudden I was just like, I love dancing. Like, and I'm like, I need to take a dance class. So I think I told my roommate, cause I knew she danced.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you should take a class at Edge. It's a really good like studio and they have beginner classes and stuff. So I started to take a class here and there. I took basic jazz. I actually first took a class called Jazz 1. Okay. And I thought that was the first jazz, and I went, and it was, like, so hard.
Really?
It was, like, sort of a similar experience as the audition. I was like, oh, my gosh, like, this is crazy. Like, this choreography, I cannot pick it up. Like, I don't understand these terms. And then I asked the front desk, is there something before Jazz 1? And they were like, oh, yeah. We have, like, basic jazz. I was like, okay, that's what I need. So I actually went to Chelsea Mishner. I don't know. Do you know her?
No.
She used to teach... well, she still teaches, but she used to teach a class called Basic Jazz at Edge, and it was very consistent, and it was twice a week. So I started going to her class every once in a while, but I still wasn't like committed. I still didn't really think I could grow at dance. I just like liked it. So I just took it once in a while, but I was like doing other stuff. I was acting and I had a billion jobs, and I was like, whatever.
Okay.
I didn't have a good consistent schedule to go to dance consistently. It was like I had all these odd jobs, so I would just like go when I could make it. But then actually what happened was years later, I went through a breakup with this guy, and I hadn't danced for a while, and I really got depressed, and I was like, I think I need to go back to dance class. And so I did that as a distraction to myself. But then once I started going back, I took like a tap class, and then I think I went back to basic jazz, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. Like, why am I not dancing more?
Yeah.
And I wanted to go to more classes at Edge, but I was scared. So I went to like a community college in Pasadena and took some dance classes there to like build up my courage. Like I took hip hop and I took tap, and then I was like, I think I'm ready to try a class at like more classes at Edge. So I started going to beginning hip hop at Edge, beginning jazz funk.
Let's go.
And then I found a ballet class in Pasadena.
Okay.
And all of a sudden it was like I was trying to date other guys after that guy, but I had started building this crazy dance schedule.
Yeah.
And I would tell them like, oh, I have a crazy dance schedule right now because I had signed up for all those community college classes. I'm like, but it's not going to be like that forever. And then no, cut to later, like it just got worse. Like I just started taking more.
Go.
And then I was like, I don't even want to date anymore. I like literally was just like not even interested in it anymore. I was like, I just want to dance. It's all I want to do with my life.
I can relate.
So I just didn't even care. And it was like, it was so joyful to like let go of all that. Like it was like this pressure, like I have to find someone, I have to like, build my life in that way. And then when I found dance, it was like, I felt like God blessed me with like something new that like I love, that I don't have to have this burden of this, the way everybody else's lives look or whatever. And so, and I found like a community of people that I loved like through dance, and I found that when you go consistently, you actually grow. And that was like so satisfying because I had never really gone like every weekend like to this consistent classes. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this leap thing that I couldn't do, like I can do it now. Like I never experienced that growth. And that was like, oh, it was so exciting. And so I still have that exciting feeling now. And that was like, I've been maybe like committed to dance for about 7 years. Okay. I did get injured for a year. Okay, I know this interview is becoming about me.
No, I want to learn about you.
Have you gotten injured through your like 8 years of dance?
Yeah.
What happened?
I after COVID, I moved back to LA, and like I was taking classes, but then I also like signed up for the LA Marathon. Okay. And I was like doing them both at the same time. But then I wasn't like, this is why today, like after class, I was so like into like rolling my feet. And, like, cause like I was doing that, and I was doing those two things, and I wasn't like, I wasn't icing, I wasn't like stretching, none of that. Sometimes I would even show up to class and like I wouldn't warm up, and I just like start doing the moves, and like eventually like my feet just like, I got this like pain in my feet that wouldn't go away.
Oh,
and, like,
man.
I couldn't like I couldn't even like walk like for like more than 10 minutes without getting this like really big ache in my feet. And that lasted for like a year and a half, maybe like almost 2 years. And like for a lot of that time I was just like, I just didn't dance because I was so scared it was gonna get worse. Yeah. But eventually it got better. Like I did a lot of like different therapies. Like I completely like upended my diet, and like it was like only like organic stuff. Okay. And like eventually like they just got better.
Yeah. That's funny. I have a similar thing because I think maybe both of us like started dance later, so I also didn't realize the importance of like foam rolling and different kinds of stretching, and I just was like, because I never really had an injury before in my life. Yeah. And so when I got my first injury, I was like, oh my God, like it was a toe fracture, but it turned into like a bunch of feet issues from like overuse. It was just overuse and not like stretching and rolling and doing all the things you're supposed to do. Or even what I learned is like as you're building your muscles and your bones from dance, I kind of learned it was good to take like a day or two off here and there or even pretty consistently, because it allows your muscle and stuff to grow back like stronger versus like if you're just wearing it every day and you don't give it a little space to do that, like you can get injured.
Yeah.
And so I love dance so much. I never ever wanted, so especially during the pandemic, because I was working from home, I had so much time to dance, and I would take all my virtual classes and then I would practice even longer for hours, like, because I love it. But, and anytime I missed a class, I thought, like, oh, my life is over. I have to dance. Like, I just love it and I want to get better.
Yeah.
And then, but that mindset, like, was getting me injured. Like, I had to realize, like, I actually have to take breaks even to be better at dance. It's, like, helpful. So I had to realize that and, like, accept that. But I was injured for, like, almost a year.
Wow.
Which was really sad. And I didn't know if I was going to get back to dance. But
that's the worst feeling.
Kind of same as you. I ended up just going to a lot of different physical therapists and stuff like that. And eventually it did get better. And actually, like, now I feel like I understand my body more than I did before. And now I'm, like, I have less fear about, well, I haven't been injured since then. And that was, like, 2021 or something. And now I'm just like, no, if I get injured, I kind of know how to deal with it this time. Because last time I was confused because doctors were all telling me different things and, like, rest it, don't do anything. And then others were like, no, you need to, like, work it. And, like, it was confusing. But now I feel like it's a mix of, like, if you get injured, like, you do need to rest it right away. But then you kind of have to start working it as soon as you can, like, at least in a physical therapy way, if not, like, fully dancing.
Yeah.
Because if you rest it for too long, it can get, like, worse or cause other problems.
Yeah.
And I just didn't realize that before. So now I'm like, okay, I don't think I would have needed to be out the entire year, but I just didn't know how to handle the injury, and I was confused, and it was, like, getting worse because of that. And then I would try to dance, and I'd have so much pain, and even pain with walking and, like, all that kind of thing. And then I felt like, oh my gosh, I can't dance, because I wanted to dance again, and I'm like, I can't make it worse, because then I'm, like, never gonna dance again. So I have to not dance now. But I slowly learned, like, no, you can dance even if it hurts. Just, like, dance, but then, like, don't dance for a few days. If the pain is going away a few days after you dance, then, like, it's probably fine, and then you can dance again, but then take a little break after. And, like, I was, like, shown how to, like, ease into it. And I was like, oh, okay. Just didn't understand that.
You know what's crazy? Like, when you're, like, I feel like when you go full-fledged into something, like, you just, like, learn so much about life and yourself. And it's like, when you don't do that, like, when you don't commit yourself to things, like, it's like you're missing out on so many lessons. Like, you're learning so, like, I'm listening to you talking, like, you're talking about how, like, you learned all these things, like, and, like, you never would have known that if you hadn't committed yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, that's such a cool thing about, you know, pursuit.
Yeah, that's true. Just giving it, like, 100%. And then you, like, even if you make mistakes, you're like, okay, I didn't know how to handle an injury. I didn't know these different things. But then you learn. And then you grow. And then you can also help other people.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, we're already, like, over time, Kam.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, what else did I want to know about you? So you talked about your injury. Well, I was going to ask you if you like to do anything else for fun besides dance. I feel like you don't have any time. Maybe after classes on Saturdays or Sundays. Is there anything else like, if someone was like, you can do something fun today, anything you want, but it can't be dance, what would be your, like, second choice of something fun to do?
So I'm writing a novel.
Wait, I just published a book.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What?
Okay, you're writing a novel. That's so cool. Wait, how in the world do you have time to be a teacher and do all these classes and write a novel?
You just gotta catch the time.
Space.
Okay.
Catch the time. Yeah. Okay. Can you talk about your novel?
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's fictional, but also it's fantasy. So it's fantasy.
Okay.
There's, like, this piece of land, and it's called Timspell. And it's, like, a very magical piece of land. And, like, in the book I talk about, like, why it's magical, but basically, like, in this, like, alternate universe, there's, like, 7 tribes of people, and they find this piece of land. Like, one day it wasn't there, one day it was, and, like, they have a war over it. The one tribe wins. It's called the Nokoto Zoates tribe, and, like, they take it over. There's, like, a king, and, like, basically what happens, there's, like, this dynasty, but the founders, they put this, like, check on his power, I guess, like, but it's, like, a very meager check. It's, like, once every 100 years, there's this person his name's Tansme, and he's, like, I guess you would call him, like, the filter that this magic of the land runs through.
Okay.
And he he picks one child at every start of 100 years to like when he's of age he can challenge the throne.
Okay.
And basically it starts at year 1400. It's like 1400 years after the tribe has taken over this land. And what's happened in all kings before this moment is whenever that child is chosen, like the king just kills them all. And the way this one starts is like the mom and dad, they find out that their son is like, he's been chosen. And the dad actually works for the king, so there's like this small dilemma. And then like the dad comes up with this plan and they follow through with it. A big part of this book is like, what would you do if you're like in this like terrible situation? What morals would you look past? How terrible of a deed were you willing to do to like achieve like the thing that you're trying to achieve? And it's like these two parents like put in this position where it's like, how far are we willing to go to save our child? I won't say what they did, but like they do like the most horrendous thing, and he ends up living, but like a bunch of people's lives are ruined, and like a lot of people die.
Whoa.
And like the story just takes off from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how close are you to finishing?
I finished it. I'm like in the editing stages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
Are you going through like a traditional publisher, or are you going to self-publish?
I don't know.
Oh, no, yeah,
I'm
you're just
still,
editing.
Like,
Okay.
editing. Yeah. What about your
Nice.
book? I don't know. You published a book? That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I just self-published it.
Okay.
But it's so I don't write fiction, maybe one day, but I write stories from my life because that's what I like to do. But when I first moved to LA to pursue acting, it was like 2009, 2010, and I wrote these letters. I typed up these letters every month and sent them to all my friends that didn't live in LA to tell them about like my experience pursuing acting. So I would talk about like auditions and agents and all the weird jobs I had to get and like how I was surviving and like my friendships and stuff like that. Because a lot of my friends were like, what's going on? You know, because they all like were supporting me, like, or like rooting for me, you know, coming here. And they were like, that's so crazy. And like, because I grew up in Illinois and I did live in Northern California for a few years, but like, it was a crazy experience for me to like move to LA and try to pursue this crazy thing. Like, I never thought I would do something like that. So it was just weird for me. And so I like enjoyed writing about it and telling them about it. So I just created these letters and I called them Tracy in LA. Like I would sign each one like Tracy in LA January, Tracy in LA February. So I would send them every month.
Yeah.
And I would type them up, but then I would make copies at like FedEx and like mail them in actual envelopes to all these people. It was like kind of crazy, but like it was really fun.
That's really
And I did it for multiple years actually. And so I actually went back. So my first year of it is from 2010 and I actually went back and like edited it because I actually had to do a lot of editing. I mean, it is the original, but like I had to change names. I had to like change a little bit of context just to like, I just wanted to make sure I was like protecting people's like privacy and stuff because I very much just like wrote about anything, you know?
Yeah.
And I also changed some of it just for clarity, like because it was so like stream of conscious. So I people liked it, but like I wanted to make it a little more cohesive and like understandable and stuff. So yeah, I just like edited it. I had an editor as well, but like it took me a year to actually like put it all together and edit it all. And then I had to learn how to self-publish because I had never done any of that. So I have friends that had done it, so they kind of helped me through it. And I just did a lot of YouTube tutorials and stuff like that. And yeah, I finally published it in December.
Wow.
But now I'm going to work
congrats.
on, thank you. So I'm going to work on the 2011 letters. So it's called the Tracy in LA Newsletters 2010. That's my first one. My second one's going to be the 2011 ones.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to publish all of them, but I definitely know I wanted to publish the first 2 years because I really like those years. And then I have other ideas for books too, but they're more like, they're not like fiction books because it's just not the style that I write. But I mean, I love it. I think that's like such a cool talent to have. So that's really cool. And I'm like in between, like I'm trying to find, like I'm doing the podcast and I'm writing and I'm taking dance and like I want to teach dance like eventually more regularly. But I've been using my savings a lot. So now I'm getting close to like needing to find something else to make money. So it's cool to hear how much you're fitting in because I'm like, okay. Kam can do it. He's taking 19 classes a week and finishing a novel and works a full-time job. Like, I can make it happen. But you don't get, like, yeah, I mean, I never have gotten a lot of sleep either. It's, like, usually, like, 4 to 6 hours.
There's a cost. Yeah. But, yeah.
That's cool, though. Do you have any other, like, endeavors?
No.
It's just dance and novel.
Dance, no. That's it.
And do you have time for friends?
Not too much. Like, yeah. If I do, it'll be like a birthday party, like we're celebrating, like you got graduated, stuff like that. But like right now my schedule's like filled.
Yeah. I know. Yes. Do you ever, I know we're going to end this soon, but like, do you ever, like, if you get invited to something and it's like during a dance class, are you like, I can never miss this this schedule that I've created for myself, I can never miss? Or are you like, oh, I can miss here and there to like do this thing with this person? Or like, because I can relate to both ways, because there was a time in my life when I was like, sorry, I cannot miss this class. And now I'm a little bit, because my schedule is a little more all over the place now, so I'm a little bit less like strict about it now. But like, yeah, how are you with that?
If this was like a year and a half ago, I would have said like absolutely not. Like I remember I missed my coworker's wedding like a year and a half ago, and like, but if his wedding was like this week, like I would miss class to go to it. Cause like I realized that like, okay, if I miss like a class, like I'm not gonna die. Like, you know, it's not gonna put a dent in my training.
Yeah.
So, and it's like yeah, like this is like a period in my life where like relationships are kind of taking a backseat, but it's also like you want to be there like every once in a while, even, you know, to like see your friends, see your family, you know, because it's worth it. And like, if you like, even if like you achieve everything, like you get everything, like who are you celebrating with? You know, like you want to have those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you're meeting people at dance and stuff, but it's probably just kind of sticking to seeing them when you're there, I imagine.
Yeah, for the most part.
Do you have friends are you friends with other teachers that you work with and stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a few, yeah.
So you have friends, it's more like while you're at the thing that you're doing versus like having all this time to do like other stuff. But like, wait, what about the summers? Because like you're not teaching. Do you just fill it up with more dance, or do you have time to like do stuff with people in the summers?
Well, like these last 2 summers, I've been going to Iran and seeing my family.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool that you take time to do that and everything. Well, Kam, I could probably come up with a bunch more questions, but I feel like we've gotten to know a good deal about you.
I'm glad I got to know a lot about you.
Yeah, and then you turned it into a little bit of an interview with me, which, I mean, I'm never going to say no to that.
Yeah,
I'm just a chatterbox.
I love it.
Do you want to give any last advice to any dancer? What would you give advice to any like new dancer or anyone that's like, I want some advice from Kam about dancing? What would you say?
I feel like you said this earlier, but it's like you can't, just because you mess up in one class, which I have loads of hours where that has happened to me. It's like if you just keep going, like you're just gonna like see incremental improvements, and that's like for everything, right? Not just dance. Like, so it's like you don't let yourself discouraged, and just know that like if you're not doing good, or like you're not like performing the way like you see like all these like professionals doing it, like that's part of like the journey. Like at the start, like you don't do well, but like you keep going, like just get better and better, and like just learning to find joy in that too. Like I feel like we have this idea that like just because something's difficult, it means I can't enjoy it, but it's like very much not that. You know, like, you can find so much joy in like things that are difficult, because like you're constantly like pursuing it.
Yeah,
and, like it feels good.
No, that's really true. Even if you're just like, oh, I left this class and I learned this one thing that I didn't know before, even if I couldn't get like any of the choreography, but there was that one thing, or I even now know one thing to work on at home that I didn't know that I could even try to learn how to do. So there's always something you can like get out of it, and I love that.
Even if it's just inspiration.
Yeah,
even if,
totally true. I know. Oh my gosh, even today, just watching some of the dancers at the end, I was just like, watching them all do that crazy floor move together,
oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I gotta learn how to do that. That looks so cool.
One day we'll be doing it.
We're gonna
One
work on
day- Yeah, let's go.
Okay, well, thank you, Cam. Thanks for taking all this time
Thank
after
you.
your crazy day of 3 classes.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
And yeah, we're just gonna keep watching for those dance videos that you're gonna post.
Yes, I will. I will.
And thank you guys for listening and watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Let's go.